anytime you get into trouble like that, you want to break it back down to something that makes more sense to him. Yep, there you go, there you go. Except for now he still has incorporated quite a bit of forward to that. So plan to go with him. If your feet stay glued to the ground, you can't help him. Okay? So for all you did was pivot, you didn't go with him. So you just want to make sure that you're planning on like you're standing in a mirror together.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm just trying to get him to back away from me right now, and he's just going around and around. Yeah.
So then just keep telling him back until he actually takes a backup step, no matter what else he's doing. Good. That way you can get on the right page. So like say he starts running around you, just keep planning and telling him to back up. And don't change your cue until he backs up that step, and then you can relax, so then he can know that so now keep on telling him to back up till he backs up, till he backs up, till he takes a backup step, one full backup step, now stop. Yep, now again, tell him to back up, till he backs up, one full step, and stop. There, he just got off the wrong page of what backup cue meant, so that's how you help him. Because if you otherwise let him just keep going around until you can kind of get yourself set up, he just now turned your wiggle into a circle for her.
Okay.
But once now you got it back. So you just kind of lost your backup cue.
Okay.
But the trick is, no matter how fast, no matter how stupid they're behaving, if you tell them to back up and they're running around like a flying kite until they take that backup step, don't change anything.
Okay.
Your focus is, until I get a backup step, I'm not done. And then you can help them get on the same page. Yep, yep, good, good. And then ask them to back up, yep, one backup step, yep, keep asking until you get a full backup step. Keep asking, good, and stop. Good. Because it always means downward, it always, whether canter to a trot to a, it's always downward. So until he actually backs up, he should always think backwards. Good. Yep, wiggle, yep. So you wiggle, when your wiggle came in, you were able to tell him, that what he was thinking was wrong, without being really rude about it. So you were successful in telling him, no, don't go forward, right? Because you want to just be able to say, no, it's not about going forward. So that way, now you can even rub him and let him know that he did properly pay attention to you. Because before, your wiggle may not have said anything to him. That time it made sense to him. And you had determination of you're thinking backwards. So by thinking backwards, you knew to stop the forward. You know what I mean? All right, you can see if you can do the cone now, unless you want to try a little more sideways. But I think you could probably, now that you've got his understanding not to go forward, I think you got it now. Yep, don't get too far off to the side. Okay.
So when he's coming,
you're a little too far on that side of him.
Okay, so I need to keep moving this way, even if he's like kind of starting to turn around me.
Well, try to interrupt it before it happens. Because he asks, as soon as you tell him don't go forward, he asks, then what? Like that's his next question is, then what? So anytime he kind of slams on the brakes, he's asking you, then what? And then be ready to tell him, then what? So his front feet are too far away. Yep. That was good. Your don't go forward had no volume at all to it, so I think that's how he got a little too far ahead of where you wanted him. And really you do want their almost like their heels to the cone, their front heels. So that way you can kind of keep him any leaking forward, end up on the cone with his back feet. he comes to you, you back up instead of you letting him close in the gap. That's perfect right there. He can hear you much better when you're that far away from him. Yep. 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 Good. Yep. Yep. Good. Good. So, something I saw that I wanted to say ideally. Something like click. I'm like, I was going to say ideally, but it didn't. It's not still with me. All right, let's give him another try on that. We got like 1 minute left. Yep. Good. Yep. 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 That's okay. So he got a little too far forward. It's okay, buddy. So we'll do it one more time. See if we can do it one time where he doesn't hit the cone with his hind feet. So that's you. So it's funny because sometimes we think about what we're going to try to have a horse do, and then we forget what our actual job is. And our actual job is to not get him in trouble. So not getting him in trouble means keeping his front feet closer to the cone.
Okay.
Yes. You're cute. Good. That was nice. That's okay. That's okay. I'll take that. I'll take that. You know why? Because he leaned back instead of went forward. So when he thought he's understanding the concept now, he's like, oh wait, I'm supposed to. So when he leaned back for that forward, like for his front feet to do something, that was like ideal. It finally clicked that he's not supposed to go forward. So you should have a pretty decent one this time because he always had his back feet working right. They just were taking steps forward. And you should have it now because he understood that he's not supposed to go forward. Yep, yep, that's nice. That's nice. Good boy. God, you did good. You did good. It's funny how something as simple as that requires a lot of communication. And yet, it looks like something simple. And it's funny because like I'll take a horse and I can do stuff with him pretty quickly because I'm so clear. And then somebody else will try and be like, that looked so much easier. But the thing is that the I know what to say. And you don't realize just how much there is to say to make that work. So once you get to where you've mastered that in this direction, then remember, different horse, different eye, different horse. Because when you ask him to go this way, he's going to be like, all over again. Yeah. So you got to just break it all the way back down. Start away from the cone first, break it all the way back down. Then, if you want to, say that goes successful, because sometimes they transfer information quicker than other horses. But if you say that works out both directions, now you can, and say, okay, let's take it up a notch. Either you can do like 2 cones, they can go over 2 cones, which is going to be a really big challenge for you because he still has that coming through it. So I might do that instead of a pole. But then eventually you'll be able to have him figure eight around this and go sideways down that cone, and you'll be able to set up all kinds of cool obstacles and basically just stand there and just orchestrate. And this is the kind of stuff you want to do in here for him. Because then, his mind's not on this. Yeah, and he's thinking. So, he's like, oh, this is a thinking space. Yeah. Good boy. Does he kind of live outside or he has a stall?
Oh, he lives right.
Okay. He lives in the urinated hay. Probably not, right? But he's still scared of the building, kinda hard to get some rest. Torment. He's so busy, he's like, what should I be doing? Like, that's, like, he doesn't understand just hanging out. Yeah, like, he's like, two people, I think, should I do something for you? No, okay. Like, he keeps checking in, like, am I supposed to do something with you? He like, he doesn't know how to hang out. Aw. It'd be so nice to get him where he doesn't worry so much. That's all worry